Hey there, my name's Abby and I'm going to be doing the Booktube Newbie Tag just to introduce myself so you can get to know a bit about me. So question one is, why did you start this channel? I have actually been wanting to start this channel for quite a while now. I wasn't really sure whether anybody would care about what I have to say or be interested, but I've been wanting to do this for so long and I've been trying to push myself out of my comfort zone and try new things, and if I don't do this now I probably never will, and I'm definitely going to regret it and I don't want to do that. So I'm just going to have a go and do it for me because I'm not going to get any fun out of it if I'm doing it for anybody else, and I just really want to have some fun. And I tend to talk to myself a lot anyway, so talking to a camera isn't that different from talking to myself in the mirror. So anyway, I absolutely love books. I love to read. I'm actually studying creative writing at uni, so I do write a lot as well. I just want to share my love of books with you guys. Question two is, what are some fun and unique things you can bring to Booktube? Can I say me? I'm fun and unique, I think. I guess there are a lot of popular series that a lot of people in the book community have already finished reading or like have been reading for years, which I'm only just now getting to. So I'm planning on doing some book reviews and book talks and stuff. So it would be really cool if people are interested in seeing that, because I can give a new, fresh review of books that maybe you've read before, or maybe you're like me and you haven't read them yet. Question three is, what are you most excited about for this new channel? I am so excited to talk about books. I don't really have a lot of people in my life who read as much as I do, so I'm unable to have proper discussions and conversations about books that I read, which is something that I really love doing. I just haven't been able to do it, so I'm really excited to meet some people who share the same interests as me, who read the same books that I do, so that we can have proper discussions and real conversations about books, which is going to be great. Question four is, why do you love reading? I guess there are a lot of things about reading that I really love. I've been reading my entire life. I don't really remember a time when I wasn't. I guess that it's probably really cliche and everyone says it, but I love the way that you can escape into books, mainly because it's so fun to be able to experience other people's views and perspectives and experience different kinds of people, and B, I think it's really important to be able to take a step back from your life, to take some time out for yourself to really relax and chill out and de-stress. I think it's really important for your mental and your physical and your emotional health to just take some time out from your busy life and busy schedule, and I think the books really allow you to do that. And reading is just fun in general. I mean, who wouldn't want to read? Question five is, what book or series got you into reading? Like I said before, I've been reading for a really long time. I don't really remember what the first book I ever read was. My mum actually used to read to me when I was younger. I think the first series we ever read together was The Famous Five, and then also The Secret Seven by Enid Blyton, which is just about a bunch of kids who solve mysteries. And then I think we also read Little House on the Prairie by Laura Ingalls Wilder. The one thing I do know about those books is that the main character is actually Laura Ingalls, who wrote the book, so it actually is based on real events, which is really cool. I actually love reading books and watching movies that are based on real life. I think it's so fascinating. I think the first series I ever read on my own was The Cul-de-Sac Kids by Beverly Lewis. They were just tiny little thin books about a bunch of kids. The main character's name was Abby, which was really cool. Probably one of the reasons why I loved it too. Then I also read Holly's Heart by Beverly Lewis. They were really good as well. Another series that I read was Nancy Drew by Carolyn Keene and the Trixie Belden books by Catherine Kenny. they were some of my favorites when I was younger. We actually used to get the books from the secondhand bookshop, and I vividly remember being so excited when I finished a book because it was time now to go and get another book. And these books were so old and like falling apart, like being held together by sticky tape, because I mean they were already so old before we got them. But I just remember it was so exciting to go and get a new book, even though it wasn't new at all. It's one of my favorite memories from when I was reading when I was younger. I'm sure there was loads of other books that got me into reading, but I can't really think of them at the moment. And then I actually did go through like a huge reading slump for about 3 or 4 years, around like year 7, year 8, year 9, around that kind of time. And then I ended up picking up a series by Lisa T. Berggren called The River of Time series, which is, there's actually 6 books in the series, and it's a time travel book centered around 2 sisters who travel back to 15th century Italy, which is like so good. I absolutely recommend them. Still one of my favorites now. And I think those books really helped me get back into reading because I found something new that I absolutely loved. And there's been so many other books that have just heightened my love of reading, but they're the few that I can think of now. Question 6 is, what questions would you ask your favorite booktubers? I guess I'd want to know what their favorite part about doing booktube is and how they come up with all those amazing, unique video ideas. Question 7 is, what challenges do you think starting a book channel would be the hardest to overcome? So yeah, I think keeping up with new releases could end up being something that I struggle with, only because there are so many other books that I haven't read yet, series that have like 4, 6 or even more books in the series. So there's so many books once you start reading it. And I know once I start reading it, I'm going to want to finish it. So I have so many books that I have to read, that I have to catch up on, that new books could suffer. Or it may be the other way around, like I may end up picking up new releases because I'm so excited to read them and end up neglecting all the other books that I want to read. But either way, that's probably one thing that I'll struggle with. And then I think I'll probably struggle with making sure that I'm uploading regularly, that I've filmed a video and made sure I've got the time to edit it and upload it and make sure I'm getting it out, and make sure I'm posting regularly. Question 8 is, when did you start reading? Yeah, so like I said, I've been reading for as long as I can remember. I don't really remember a time when I wasn't reading. I've pretty much always had a book in my bag. Question 9 is, where do you read? I read almost everywhere, really. I guess if I had a favorite spot, it would probably be on my bed or on the couch, somewhere cozy, somewhere comfy. I don't need absolute quiet when I'm reading, so I can pretty much read anywhere and everywhere. I just kind of get into the book and then everything around me just disappears, which is awesome. But I know that some people can't read unless they have complete quiet. And question 10 is, what kinds of books do you like? Usually my answer to this question would be, I read everything. I like everything, just because there are so many different books that I like and I enjoy. But I mainly read YA. My favorites would be contemporary and then fantasy. I also read historical fiction. I've read some Philippa Gregory books, which I really liked. It really just depends on whether I'm interested in that period of history or not, and whether the writing style or the story is interesting to me. I also like mysteries. I've read a lot of mysteries since I was really young, since like Nancy Drew and before then. So they're still one of my favorites. And I also read Christian fiction and Christian romance novels. I love books that combined a lot of different genres, so books that have humor and adventure and a bit of fantasy and romance. I love books that combine a whole bunch of genres because I like so many different genres. My favorite books end up being books that combined all of those things. Everything all together is the best. So that's the end of the Booktube Newbie Tag. I really appreciate you taking the time to check this out. It means a lot to me. I'll see you in the next video. Bye.